Hi, this is Bimbecito as usual. We're in the month of November and we're talking about the Gede. The Gede, of course, everybody knows that they are celebrated in the month of November. November is the month that symbolizes the end of life, of the earth, of cultivation. It's also the end of the solar power. Of course, we have less daylight now. The sun is weaker symbolically. It dies or becomes weaker um, during the fall and winter. And of course, the land becomes basically symbolically dead also. And then is reborn in spring, as is the sun. It becomes more powerful in the spring. So the Gede symbolize this station of what is our solar system and life on Earth as it's been for all of mankind, basically. It symbolizes this station of the cycle of life. It symbolizes death. So right now, like I said, the land becomes dead. The sun symbolically less powerful or dead symbolically speaking in many cultures. So this is how it transfers over into voodoo culture. The origins of the Gede are of the Gedevi people, which were the original inhabitants of the area, which is now uh, Benin, Togo, and stretches into part of Nigeria and or Ghana. So they were the original inhabitants, and they basically got absorbed by the conquering cultures and conquering kingdoms, that is, like the Dahomey, the Ewe, the Fong, uh, maybe the Yoruba, the Ketu, etc. So this is why they became the ancestors or the original people of the land. So they became revered as the ancestors um, in voodoo culture. And this transferred over to Haiti and the Dominican Republic. The Gede. The Gede are not, uh, they represent death or the station of death in the circle or the cycle of life, the infinite cycle. But they are not your, let's say, your ancestor. They are the ancestors, uh, but they are Lua. By this I mean that they are actual deities. They're not uh, a dead spirit, like say an unknown dead spirit, or maybe your great grandfather, or an uncle that died, etc., etc. Although through time, a person becomes a gere, okay, through time. So there's a process. The person becomes a gere after death, but through a process of time also. And it would have been a person that was very well known, maybe, who knows, depending on the lineage, the culture. Um, so it is, but it's specifically not, let's say your dead grandparent is a Gede now. What I mean is a Loa, because the Gede are Loa, so they are revered as Loa. They are just the intermediates between life and death, and they are the Loa that meet death or receive the dearly departed. Um, the head of the Gede, as everybody knows, is Barón del Cementerio, Barón Semiche, or Barón Samedi, Barón Lacroix, um, syncretized in the Dominican Republic with San Elias, which is the patron of the cofradia of my family. Um, what else can I say about the Gede? The Barón, of course, like I said, is the head. There are many Gede that are stapled throughout voodoo culture in both the Dominican Republic and in Haiti. As we know, the Gede are celebrated, of course, November 2nd, which is All Souls Day, but they are celebrated throughout the whole month of February. Okay, so that's people take that month for serving the Gede, making feasts and celebrating Gede, celebrating the death station of the eternal cycle or whatever you want to call it. But there are a lot of staple Gedes throughout the culture that you will find in both the Dominican Republic and in Haiti. Uh, some of these Gede, of course, are Gede V. Gede V, like the people. Gede V people, which were the original inhabitants of what is now Dahomey Kingdom, or what was Dahomey Kingdom. So there you have Gede V, which is one of the Gede. You have Gede Ni Bo, okay, which is a very popular, well-known Gede throughout the island of Quisqueya, be it on the Dominican side or Haitian side, and it even goes into the the culture of New Orleans. A lot of people are fanatics of or servants. Let's say they work with Gede Ni Bo, which is syncretized with San Expedito or Saint Expedite. Um, in the Dominican Republic, a lot of, maybe in Haiti, I'm not sure, but in the Dominican Republic, a lot of people celebrate Gede Ni Bo also on a separate date, on Saint Expedite's Day. But of course, all the Gede are celebrated on November 2nd again. But there are many Gede, the ones that are syncretized, that are celebrated on their saint, that their correspondent saint day. One of these, like I said, is Gede Ni Bo, celebrated for San Expedito's Day. Another one is a Gede, very well known in the Dominican Republic, called Prin Gede. And that Gede is syncretized with the patron of my town, La Lagunas, San Ramon, St. Raymond. So, St. Raymond's Day, people celebrate Prin Gede. People also celebrate the Barón del Cementerio on St. Elijah's Day. But again, they celebrate all the Gede nation or division on November 2nd, or the month of November also, just like in Haiti. In most of Haiti, that is. So yes, there's Gede V, as I mentioned, Gede Ni Bo, Prin Gede, very popular in the Dominican Republic. There's also Gede Lia, which is a female Gede. There is Gede Lorai. There's Gede Guanzoso. There's there's a lot of Gede right now. A lot of them don't come to my mind, but there's very many Gede that are staple Gede known throughout the island. And then there's Gedes that are family Gede, which belong to a person or a family, and this is the tradition of their family. So they're kind of personal Gedes. And a lot of people have these Gedes that are personal, or a lot of families of voodoo tradition have these personal Gede. Like for example, in our lineage, we have this one Gede. I'm not going to mention his name because it's a male Gede. But this Gede is a very personal Gede of the family, and everybody that is initiated then incorporates a very personal Gede, which is developed through time. But again, also serving the staple Gedes. The Gede, what are they? Or what do they represent? Like I said, they represent life and death, or the death part of the cycle. They're the intermediates of death. There's Gedes that have a certain symbolic function within um, the process of death. Okay, uh, so basically, it's like an army. The Gede are an army of the Barón del Cementerio. Okay, the Gede are used for many kinds of jobs. They're used for money. They're used to get work. They're used for people that gamble, love to work with Gede. The Gedes are again served on Mondays. Most people that have access to the cemetery, they go directly to the cemetery and serve Gede or even work with Gede. There's even designated tombs that are like places for Gede worship in the Dominican Republic and in Haiti. And these tombs or designated areas are built by the servants of the area. Um, so yes, a lot of they're very versatile. They protect children. They protect their servants. They are used again for money, for jobs, for gambling. They're used for people that have sicknesses, people that are almost dying. Petition the Barón del Cementerio or Gede. Um, the Gede are also very obscene. They are like they talk dirty. They talk. They have a foul mouth. They are very perverted in their talking. So the Gedes are very sexual because they also represent fertility. So they not only represent death, but they represent life because they represent fertility. And Gedes show this when they are mounted. They're very obscene and explicit and super perverted or sexual. And this is something natural because it's a natural part of human um, behavior or the mentality of man. So they are very close to what humans are in their more relaxed state or their natural state because again they're dead. They don't have any shame anymore of like the shame that a person that's alive has. So they're shameless. They don't have nothing to hide, nothing to be ashamed of because they're dead. Um, so they're very obscene, foul mouth, um, sexual, explicit, whatever you want to call it. They're very funny. They are very funny when they mount. They love to tell jokes and especially dirty jokes. And yeah, they are very very fun. They're like the life of a party. So when the Gede comes, a lot of people love it. Some people don't love it too much because they get very wild. Okay, so the Gede, yeah, like a lot of people use them for many kinds of jobs, and you have to go to the cemetery to call Gede for some jobs. Uh, if you serve Gede, which most people should, that are servants or you know getting into this culture with guidance, that is, uh, you can serve Gede at home, but a lot of people choose to do it at the cemetery. So there's certain jobs and certain things that you do at the cemetery for Gede as well as Barón. Um, the Gede, what do they like? The Gede like many foods. So again, All Souls Day, you serve things that your ancestors like because we do serve our ancestors on All Souls Day, but we also serve the Gede their staple stuff. Um, the Gede traditionally in the Dominican Republic and Haiti have the same food, and there's only certain little things that may vary, but it's the same food throughout the island and the places that they serve Gede. Um, Gede, the Gede food is black bean rice, moro de habichuela negra in Spanish, which is a rice cooked together with the black beans. The Cubans call it con gris, for those of you that call it by that name. Um, but it's a black bean rice. Um, of course, a Gede loves smoked herring fish, aranzo in Creole. And so you would cook this black bean rice, you would serve it. Usually the Gede like it in a big calabash bowl. Okay, so they serve the rice, and you would also heat up the smoked herring fish, and put it over. Um, some people might soak the herring fish to take the salt out a little bit, and then kind of put it in a pan to heat and dry up again, and and basically you put it on top of the rice. Uh, Another thing that accompanies that bowl or serving or service for the gere is batata, which is like a sweet potato type of thing. Again, I've explained it in other videos. Batata, and the batata is usually it's not boiled, but you can boil it for gere. It's put in the oven to roast, or you can even try the microwave. It takes a little while, but it's another way to do it. So you can roast it in the oven, the batata, and once the batata is roasted, you can chop it in four and put it on the serving. Also, a plátano, the plantain, green plantain, in the oven again. Usually, they do it and they roast it on the fire on a grill or something. You know, in Dominican Republic, Haiti, they call it bucane. Um, so banan bucane or pata bucane. Eh, so basically roasted. Yeah, they likes everything roasted. So a green plantain roasted in the oven, the batata roasted in the oven, and of course once it's done, you take the the plantain out of its skin, and put it in the bowl. Another thing that yeah they are very fond of is cassava bread. So you would put some cassava bread in that serving. Another thing that people also add are the hot peppers, ají picante. They add it straight to the serving, just as is, because they love their piment. So there's the ones that they use are what the Jamaicans call Scotch bonnet peppers. Um, so they're basically hot peppers. Um, you put them straight as is on the serving there. Um, Also refrescos. The Guedes, as Olwa, love sodas. So they like their purple soda. Some people just put any color soda, be it black cola, purple soda. Some people put the red cola, and or yellow. It doesn't matter. They just need something sweet. Another thing that you serve is a big cup of black coffee, no sugar. Okay. Also, when we're cooking for the gere, we use no salt. It's a very little salt. The geres are not salt lovers, even though smoked herring is super salty. So it's a funny contradiction, but they don't eat salt, but um, that is a super salty thing. So that's why some people soak the smoked herring fish in water, and they'll put it on a grill or in the oven or something to kind of dry up or whatever, cook or heat it again. Um, so and the water is to kind of remove the excess salt. Um, but yeah, some people don't even do it. So But that's one of the traditions. So when people are cooking for the gede, they use very little salt, like in the rice, or even when they cook a goat to gedes and etc. But they use a lot of spice because the gede love spicy food. So a lot of piman, piman for them. Um, so yes, the coffee, black coffee, no sugar. Um, they love cigarettes. They love gin infused with the Scotch bonnet peppers in the bottle. They love or you gleding or rum infused with the Scotch bonnet peppers. Preferably gin, but rum and white rum is fine. Um, of course, you can use any color candle, purple or black, but you can use a white candle. Doesn't matter. So this is a serving for the gede. The gede are served on the floor traditionally in the Dominican culture and in most Haitian culture. When uh, when the gede are served, or a ceremony for gede is the only time where they get usually a table, and things are put on the table, but also on the floor. But traditionally, the gede are served directly on the floor because again they are of the earth element. So gede are an earth element lua. Okay, so everything goes on the floor. Their space or serving space is on the floor traditionally. They like powder, so you can have a little powder bottle for them. I already said cigarettes, and you can even sprinkle a little powder around the place where you're going to put their serving before you put everything there. Um, so yeah, this is a good time to do it. No, of course, All Souls Day, but November is for serving gede and all the law as usual. But gede is a very we put a strong emphasis on gede for the month of November. And gede, uh, like I said, they come to the feasts and they dance and they sometimes just hang out and tell jokes and do kind of those kind of things. Um, but Gede is a very good loi. Gede are very good loi to work for money um, when you're in a tight situation, for work when you're in a tight situation of work, um, but for everything. Gede are great for those people that love to gamble, play the lotto and stuff like that. They are perfect loi to petition, specifically stuff for even for court cases um, and stuff of money and jobs. People petition um, Gedenibo San Expedito because he moves things fast. So that's a very good thing to take in mind. Um, but yeah, that's mostly some basics on Gede. Uh, if you have any questions, please feel free to put them there. I hope you guys can do a service for the Gede and like, subscribe, and let me know what's going on. All right, kwa la kwa, kwa sembo, kwa de la kwa.